Let's go ahead and start with the excerpts. What I'd like to do is just play it for you, and then you can play it back. Why don't you bow in the air while I'm playing it, right? I'm going to stand over here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to add the grace notes. Okay, now your turn. How many beats in the first note?
2.
Okay, so let's just play the first 2 notes like this. 1, 2, 3. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Good, do it again. Do it again. Ready, go. Good. One more time. If it's good, you can go on. Okay, now you can go on to the next note. What is the next note?
Low C.
That's right. Can you play a low 3 right now? Excellent. So you're going to add that note. Okay, so start from the beginning. It'll sound like this. Just on the 4th beat. So bow in the air while I play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do that. That's right. Now we're going to add the next note, which is what?
2.
Let's hear it. Okay, so I'd rather, that's right. I'd rather have you just play the new note. Can you actually play the 3 and the low 3 and the 2? Just play them together. That's right. So we have to somehow get that at the right time. 1, 2, 3. Can you just add that much? Right, and then the next note is what?
1.
Let's hear it. Okay, now add that to it. Right, now should it be an up bow still, or does it change bow direction?
Change bow.
Okay, so can you add that bowing? Excellent, do that again. Did you do the bowing?
Mm-hmm.
That's 2. Do it one more time. Okay, now you can add one note. Okay, what is the note after that? C. That B flat.
Let's see.
C, yeah. So let's play the C. Actually, can you play the C and then the D flat? So let's play the C that comes after the D flat. Let's hear it. And then the D flat. Okay, so I think you should just go like this. And then just that. Okay, so what I heard was what do you think I'm going to write? Over these notes, I heard this rhythm. Can you see what those notes are? Which kind of notes did I write?
You quarter notes.
Right. So you're playing the notes to what?
What?
You were playing the notes to what? We're talking about rhythm.
Two quarter notes.
Yeah, you were playing 2 quarter notes, and what should they be?
What?
what should they be? Not quarter notes, right? They're not quarter notes,
Oh,
are they?
what? The eighth note.
Yeah. So you were playing them to, like, can you answer my question? Or my sentence? You were playing the notes as quarter notes, so they were too fat, skinny?
Oh,
They were too long or
Yeah.
slow? Twice too slow. Do you have eighth notes in this measure?
yeah.
Yeah, you have eighth notes, right. So at the end, whatever you play for the eighth notes here is what you should be playing here. Okay, now when you're playing the dotted half, I recommend that you think eighth notes. So you should be counting what? What do you count? Normally, what would you count, say, when you're counting eighth notes? Would you just say 1, 2, 3, 4? Or would you say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4? Or would you say 1 and 2 and... What normally do we count for eighths?
One and.
Yeah, normally you would be saying 1 and 2. So when you get to this note, you need to be thinking. All right, so can you show me the right rhythm? You're not going to go past that fourth beat, and you just need to see you do up to the fourth beat. Okay, we're just going to go up to here. I need to hear the right rhythm. If you don't do the right rhythm, we count and clap. Okay, and that's fine too. That's fine too. Okay, so how are you gonna, why don't you do this? Why don't you just play this, and then when you get to that note, then I'll have you stop, and I want you to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then I'll reveal the next two. Do that. Now say 1 and 2 and 3 and out loud.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, you can't stop and go 1 and 2 and, like, you have to say it faster. Let me hear you say it.
1 and 2 and 3 and
Okay,
4.
so do that when you get there. Try it again. I'll say it.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Okay, now play the next, you can actually play the next 3 notes. Can you play those 3 notes at that tempo or at that speed? So play the C, D flat, F. How fast would it go? That's how fast you have to play it. Okay? Alright, let's try it again. You just do it on your own. Try it again. Now say 1 and say it.
1 and 2 and
Now play it. Okay, now what would be ideal is if when you play the B flat, you start saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you can play the fourth beat in time. Okay, let's see if you can do that. So when you get to this note, you need to be saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if that's too hard, we'll count and clap or we'll do something else. Let's try it. Ready, 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 go. Say it 1 and 2. Let me hear you say it. 1 and 2 and 3 and
4.
and then play it. Good. Now, why don't you put your violin down? We'll count and clap it. Quickly, just set it down quickly. 1, 2, over here. Okay, here we go. Say it with me. 1 and 2, count and clap. 1 and 2
and 3 and 4. Wait.
That's right. Do it again. This should be easy. 1 and
2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and.
well, why would that be wrong? What is this note? Tell me what kind of note that is.
I don't.
No, it's not just a half note though. What do you see?
It has the dot.
So how many beats does that note get?
3.
Yeah, so should you play on 3? Should you reclap something on 3 or should you be holding the note?
Holding the
Yeah. Do it again, quickly.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
Good. And add 1 to it.
1 and.
Okay, alright, so now you roll the dice.
2.
Okay, so 2 times in a row without a mistake.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and.
Good. Do it again.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
Okay. Do it again.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
Okay, now you have to do that. Roll it again, and you have to do it with a metronome.
5.
1 and 2 and 3 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and.
Good. Do it again.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and.
Good. That's 2.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and.
Good job. 3.
2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and.
Good. That's what, 3 or 4?
3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and.
Okay. Do it again. 4, 5.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
Okay, now do the whole. I'd like to see if you can keep going. If it's correct, you can keep going. Just counting and clapping.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and.
Yep. So,
1.
how would that go? Take your time. 1. What do you do on and? What's on the and of 1?
So 1 and
Right. And then you clap on
2 and 3 and 4 and.
and then do the next note. Okay? So we're going to add that measure. Let's start from there.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 1
Yeah, you were right. You're
and
right.
2.
So I have a question for you. On the second beat and the third beat, are you going to clap with the metronome?
Mhm.
It makes it easy. Can you just clap 2 notes with the metronome right now? Right now. Clap with the metronome. 1,
and
2. Yeah. So when you get there, it's just going to be like that. 1. Okay. And then on the third one, you're going to have to clap how many times? You have 2 eighth notes, so you have to clap how many times with the metronome?
2.
Yeah, 2 times. Clap, clap, like that, okay? You've had these beats before. Let's try it again.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
And then
1
next
and
note.
2.
Okay, all right. Let's try it again. Smooth it out.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
Here, let's take the metronome out of it because we were doing that to perfect the first 2 measures. So just take your time counting. Do it again and we'll go on. Do the whole line. I know you can do the whole line even up to the end.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and
Good.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and what do I do for the grace notes?
What should you always do? Before you add any ornaments, you should just do the rhythm without the ornaments. So ignore the ornaments. Start right there.
One and 2 and 3 and alright. Alright, I'm gonna start from
Sure.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2.
You got it. You got it. Okay, so I have no doubt if you can. Now, the next step would be to bow in the air. So if you have your bow handy, this way you can learn the bowing while you're getting the rhythm and the counting. So let's try bowing in the air and counting. Starting down bow.
1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And just say it fast. Going on. 1 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Wait.
So this is very interesting. You have 3 and 4 in the slur tied or slurred into a downbeat. So can you start here? I think it's I have to figure out the bowing. Let's do it quickly here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and now say it with me. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, good. Now get your violin. You know all the notes in this piece. I think they're actually the same notes over and over again, and we can talk about how to add the grace notes in. But all you need to do is just add the right note at the right time, and you'll have the right notes. Okay, so I really think that you can. Why don't you play? My only concern in having you just play it maybe the way you've been practicing it is that it could be the wrong way. But let me hear you play it all the way through, and then we'll talk about the places where it needs a little more work and what you need to do to remedy that. Okay. All right. So just play it all the way through. This is going to be like a mock audition. Okay. This is your audition. Play the first excerpt. Candidate number 25. Just play it the way you've been working on it. Well, you started on the right note and you ended on the right note. That's good. All right. So when they're listening to someone who's auditioning, what do you think are some of the things they're going to be looking for?
Bowing, the notes.
Actually, not the bowing so much. What's the most important thing? Why do we even play music? Why even have an orchestra? What's the main purpose in having? What do we play music for? What's the most important part of it?
For it to sound good.
To sound good and have something to express. Okay, all right. So the way to do that is to do it with the correct notes and rhythm as well. So, okay, so if you were to start playing and you were to make a mistake and stop, do you think in the orchestra you can actually do that? Can you actually stop if you make a mistake and keep going? No, I mean you do during rehearsals, but if you're supposed to be performing a piece or if you're rehearsing a section and the conductor wants to play this whole section, are you supposed to stop while the orchestra goes on? Or are you supposed to, no, you're supposed to try to stay with them. So they're going to be looking for people that can keep going even if they make a mistake. Because do you think professionals make mistakes while they're playing mistakes? Yes, they do. We do all the time. We do, but we might have a degree of awareness of mistakes that most people wouldn't understand. And everybody else would think it sounds good. But, you know, it might be, oh, I came a little bit early on something, or maybe the tone wasn't exactly right, or there's a bit of a, no, there's out of tune. So the main thing is to keep going and to not stop. So this time I want you to try to keep going, even if you make a mistake. And a couple questions here. Can you use open E there? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Well, what is the note? Is it E or does it have a?
E.
It is E flat. So can you use open E there? The answer is no. It's an E flat. So you're gonna have to put L4 here. All right. All these other E's were E naturals. They gave you an accidental that changes it. So, all right. So you got to use a low 4 there. So I guarantee you, if you can count and play this piece, you will nail this piece. So I just need you to be able to count while you play it. And I think the steps are to count and go in the air and then play it, count and play it. Okay? So let's try doing it together. I want you to do the counting and we're going to play it together. Okay? I want you to count out loud. All you have to do is say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I don't care if you play the right notes. I'll play the right notes for you. But I want you to try and I want you to do the counting. Let's count full measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
1 and
3. Gotta keep counting.
2.
1 and
2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 3 and 3 and 4 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and
okay. That was really good. It was actually kind of fun to wait, and so let's pretend like your counting is in charge of me playing the notes, and you do it too, okay? So I'm gonna wait till you say the right beat, and I'll just play it. Okay, I'll just wait if you have to hesitate, but I want you to do it with me. You do the counting the same way. Count full measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3
3 and
4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 and 2
got to the 3, and then all of a sudden, it was out the window. I'm not sure what happened. Did you see the grace notes and think, I really want to get those grace notes. I want to show them I can get those grace notes. I don't know what you were thinking. All of a sudden, we lost track of talent. You got to keep that in the forefront of your brain. It's the hierarchy of order of importance. The right note at the right time. The right note at the wrong time is still
Wrong note.
right. It is. Do you believe it?
What?
Do you believe that? Do you believe it's true? To play the right note, the wrong time is the wrong note.
Yeah.
It is true. So if you believe that, then this will transform your ability to play in sight read. Because you accept that, and you know that if you're, playing it at the wrong time, there's no point in playing it. Okay, so let's go over to this. Can you just play it for me?
Yeah. Can I go to the restroom?
Yeah, sure. Slow version. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and Zoe.
Hi.
All right, let's try it together. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and okay, can you find the first note? Okay. 3. I'll say 3E and a no, we can't use open because it's fun. You gotta use a low 4. Okay? I'll say 3 and a and then we'll start up bow. 3E and a, then start up bow. 3E, start up bow. Start, you ready? 3E and a. Then replace the, now put a low 3 on the 2, where the 2 is. Can you do that? Can you do this? Can you do this? Yeah, no. Now play. Going on. Good. Quickly, the scales. Can you play the scales for me? Right there. Okay. B flat major. Start with a low 2. B flat. do need to work on the rest of this for the recital, but that's not till May, so.
Okay.
All right, good. Sounds good.